I was reminded of a story not too long ago, and I've shared this before, and so if you've heard it, bear with me, but something that Susie and I like to do is we like to spend time every week. We spend time at the schools, and we help out in the classrooms, the teachers, and we help out with the kids. And we had done this for a long time, and eventually kind of the romance wears off. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where you're doing something for a long time, and it's like, okay, kids, bring it down, right? Like, I'm not at that level right now. I don't have the time or the patience. And I found myself that there was a substitute teacher on this given day, and I remember finding myself, he wasn't prepared for me to be there. He didn't know I was coming. He was like, oh, thank God you're here. Like, he was like desperate, right? A substitute teachers, anybody ever done that? Okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You try to get away with everything when there's a substitute teacher. And I remember going there, and he didn't know what to do with me. I didn't know really how to help, and I just found myself frustrated. And I was like, what am I even doing here? Like, I have so many other things that I could fill my time with. I've got this to do, I've got that to do, I could be meeting with other people, I could really be more strategic in this moment with my time, right? And I was feeling that, and I was just looking around, frustrated, and I asked the Lord, I was like, Lord, what am I doing here? Like, what is this for? And as I was standing there, I saw this little boy, and he was getting picked on. And he was getting made fun of because I don't think he was very well taken care of. You could tell he didn't have a lot of money. You could tell he was wearing hand-me-downs from his sister, and his hair was undone, and he was getting made fun of for looking like a girl. And so he was getting picked on, made fun of, and all of a sudden I just recognized in my heart, that kid needs you. All he needs is a friend right now. How many of you know when you hear something like that, it kind of changes your whole perspective? All the to-do lists, all the tasks, everything I had on my agenda was not as important as this kid in that moment. And I found myself going to him and just talking to him and just asking him, and what do you like? What are you interested in? And it didn't care about the curriculum. I didn't care what they were learning. I was like, teacher, we got more important things to do over here. And we're just talking, and all of a sudden, this kid that would barely talk to me at first, all of a sudden, he's just pouring out everything. He's like, oh, I like this, and I'm hoping to do this summer, and he just comes out of his shell. Why? Because there was a moment where I was moved with compassion for this kid, and I saw he has a need, and I have something in me that I can bring to him. I can meet that need right now. How many of you know when people do that to you and really take time and really see you, it inspires you to do that for others? Isn't that true? Yes. It inspires you to do that for others. You see, the Lord wants us to have hearts that don't just say, what can I get out of this? Sometimes we look at serving opportunities and we think, unknowingly, believers will think, I'm guilty of this. I wonder what I can get out of that. Will that be worth my time? I'm preaching to myself, right? Is this really the best use of what I can be doing right now? And Jesus would say, don't do this to see what you can get out of it. No. Let me work through your obedience. Let me move on your heart. Let me give you eyes to see and a heart of compassion so that I can do something. You see, if we don't allow the love of the Lord to be poured in our heart and to melt away that callousness, there will be people with needs around you and you won't ever see them. There will be people struggling. There will be people hurting. And because we're so busy about what we're doing, we miss everything. How many of you don't want to miss it? No. There's too much going on. There's too many needs. Jesus saw the multitudes. He was a busy man. He had an agenda. He had an assignment. But he still saw people. How many people are around us that we never see? That's the question I had to ask myself. Who am I not seeing?